There's a certain brand of mentality for characters that can only exist in live service RPG. In your single target player experience of Dungeons & Dragons, you either have a blank slate which you can do whatever you want with and customize, or you have a predefined character with unchangeable quirks. If you're the former, creativity and exploring broken builds is the crux of endgame. And in the latter, your character has a predefined set of characters to synergize with, which is the crux of endgame. Ideally, in party-based RPGs, a character's existence isn't justified by simply one character's synergy with them. Gacha is a character from honkaistarrail, in a game where there's more than 50 characters and only 8 can be used at a time in endgame, split into 4 each party. Gacha is universally useful in the sense that he synergizes with every character superficially, but is never the best option, outside of one, a team with Acheron, a very popular female character that has a completely different background and aesthetic. Gacha is so tailor-made to be her support that the other options for Gacha is either weak or has clunky drawbacks that make him feel significantly better than what his numbers would tell you. With the market of gacha games being mostly built on parasocial love of fictional characters, mostly female characters, this presents a conflict of interest since these two characters are polar opposites in design and in story. The Venn diagram for these two characters is only touching each other for endgame optimization. With the nature of the resource management in gacha games, you either get a character or you don't, and with the pressure of resources, one asks the question constantly, do I pull X or Y? Gacha and Acheron have been the most popular units for this question. Other characters in Star Rail have the same body type, story, or aesthetic that there usually wasn't much of an argument that you needed to pull one for the other. Like every gacha game does, Gacha was only limited for a few weeks to spend your resources on, and after that he disappeared. The enemy's HP after his release got higher and higher, and so did Acheron's reliance on Gacha. After almost a year, Gacha returned with a rerun, and the influx of questions piled up even more. Except this time they were fanned harder with a new unit that was synergized with Acheron, Cypher. Every single day, the Acheron main subreddit would get the question so much that they started making parody posts about should I pull Cypher for Acheron instead of Gacha, with this one being the most notable example, It Won't, which is a parody of the Chudda meme, which is part of the larger subsection of the Chudjack memes. honkaistarrail has a beta where leakers would release details of the character during testing over the course of 4 weeks, with usually many balancing changes over time coming in the form of buffs and nerfs. During a 7-day period before the beta, these memes were created in small quantities in the Acheron main subreddit, and during those 4 weeks of tumultuous and a rollercoaster of changes in beta, Acheron mains would have pure chaos of switch-ups in agenda and floods of new questions resulting in memes every single week. After the beta finally ended and Cypher is set to release, another character named Silverwolf will get character buffs in the beta, and she has very good potential to be another Acheron partner. Just so we're clear, Acheron does like all of these 3 units to be in the team at the same time, since she has a rigid restriction for units to be on her same class. But her character class Nihility is weaker than most classes, so much so that even Acheron's rigid restriction still uses at least 1 slot for a stronger class for better damage or survivability. This is an objective fact, as Acheron in higher investment removes her benefits to running multiple characters that share her weaker class. And so these 3 units are having an ironic PvP, with factions of players backing each side to replace one another to fulfill the agenda and be the true best in slot for Acheron, resulting in funny images and pieces of text from the community of Acheron mains. This behavior spread in multiple other game communities who have the same problem in their specific game with specific supports, thereby living the circle and becoming a niche meme for the gaming subsect. Another result from this was the rise of analog horror or horror-adjacent memes in Star Rail, with Gacha being the eldritch being forcing you to pull him or punishing you for not doing so. This small trend would spread to unrelated newer characters like this one and this one, to become eldritch abominations themselves. This meme is still ongoing as Silverwolf's beta isn't over yet, and we are bound to see even more ups and downs, more questions, and more ridiculous memes of It Won't as a result.